Even though most of the details of his life are obscure, Miyamoto Musashi is considered to be the greatest samurai and swordsman ever in the history of Japan. It is said that Miyamoto Musashi fought in 60 duels all throughout his life, and astonishingly, he never lost a single one. But not only was he a great samurai, but he was also an artist, a cerebral philosopher, and a Buddhist. His pursuit of meaning led him to write books on war and philosophy, which have become a blueprint for those seeking a disciplined life. So with that in mind, let's begin with 5 life teachings about discipline from the words of Miyamoto Musashi. Number 1. Accept everything just the way it is. With this seemingly straightforward concept lies a profound source of strength. In essence, it just beckons you to embrace all aspects of your life, the good and the bad, without pushing back or passing judgment. Now I know what you might be thinking. How can I accept everything in my life, especially the bad things? But hear me out. When we resist or judge something, we create tension and resistance within ourselves, which can then lead to stress and anxiety. On the other hand, when we accept things just the way they are, we allow ourselves to let go of that tension and find inner peace. Okay, think of it this way. Imagine that you're in a river and you're trying to swim against the current. You're struggling and fighting and you're not making any progress. But what if you stop fighting the current and just let it take you where it wants to go? I bet that you'll find that you'll move much faster and with less effort. Same principle basically applies to life. When we accept things as they are, we stop fighting against the current of life and start moving with it. We become more adaptable, flexible, and resilient, which are all essential qualities for building self-discipline. But acceptance doesn't necessarily mean that you're giving up or settling for less. It just means that you're acknowledging reality for what it is and are finding ways to work with it instead of against it. It's all about taking responsibility of your life and choosing how you respond to the challenges that come your way. So, if you want to build your self-discipline, you can start by practicing acceptance. When something happens that you don't like, just take a deep breath and accept it for what it is. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Because remember, acceptance isn't just a one-time thing. It's a daily practice that requires patience, commitment, and perseverance. Number 2. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Thinking lightly of yourself doesn't mean that you should underestimate your abilities or have low self-esteem. Rather, it's about letting go of our egos and not getting too caught up in our own individual successes or failures. It's all about acknowledging that we're just one small part of the world and that our own personal struggles and accomplishments are not the most important thing in the grand scheme of things. But on the other hand, thinking deeply of the world means that we should focus our attention on the bigger picture. We should be aware of the challenges facing our communities and planet as a whole and strive to make a positive impact in whatever way we can. Now, this could mean a whole bunch of different things, like volunteering our time, donating to charity, or simply trying to be a kinder, more compassionate version of ourselves in our everyday lives. So, how does this exactly relate to building self-discipline? Well, when we think lightly of ourselves, we're less likely to be discouraged by setbacks or failures. We're able to view them as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than personal attacks on our worth as individuals. But at the same time, when we think deeply of the world, we're motivated by a sense of purpose that goes beyond our own personal gain. We're more likely to stick to our goals and push through difficult times because we know that our actions have the potential to make a positive impact on the world around us. Number 3. Do not regret what you have done. Life is a journey that only moves forward and never backward. Dwelling on past mistakes and regrets only holds us back from reaching our full potential, and as Miyamoto Musashi taught, we must embrace our decisions and use them as stepping stones towards growth and progress. Living with confidence and acceptance means accepting our past and using it as a springboard towards a better future. Every decision we make, whether it's good or bad, provides us with an opportunity to both learn and grow. So when we let go of regret and focus on the present and future, we gain the momentum we need to move forward. To live with momentum is to be forever pressing onwards and upwards, seeking out new challenges and opportunities. It's all about having the courage to take risks and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks. So, let go of regret and embrace your decisions. Use them as fuel to drive you forward and propel you towards your goals, and you'll actually be amazed at how far you can go. As Miyamoto Musashi once said, "Do not regret what you have done. Be satisfied that you have done your best." So live with confidence and acceptance, and let the momentum of life carry you towards your dreams. Number 4. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. While it is natural to form close bonds with people, whether it's romantic partners, friends, or family members, we shouldn't become so attached to them that we lose our sense of self when they're no longer in our lives. In other words, we shouldn't allow ourselves to be defined by our relationships with others. But, of course, with most things, it's easier said than done. Separation can be painful, whether it's due to a breakup, a falling out with a friend, or the death of a loved one. It's natural to feel sadness and grief during these situations. But, according to Musashi, we should strive to maintain a sense of equanimity and inner calm even in the face of these challenges. So why is this even important? Well, when we allow ourselves to be consumed by the sadness of grief, we become less effective at dealing with the challenges of daily life. We may struggle to focus on our work, our health may suffer, and we may withdraw from social interactions that could be beneficial for us. But on the other hand, if we maintain a sense of inner calm even in the face of separation, we can continue to move forward with our lives and pursue our goals with clarity and purpose. But if you're not following, then here are some strategies that we can use to help us cultivate this kind of inner strength. For example, practicing mindfulness and meditation can help us develop a sense of serenity and acceptance. Talking to trusted friends or family members can help us process our emotions and move forward. And focusing on our own personal growth and goals can help us maintain a sense of purpose even when our relationships are in a flux. So if you're going through a separation or struggling with attachment in your relationships, remember the words of Miyamoto Musashi. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. Number 5. Be indifferent to where you live. In today's globalized world, we can live in many places and travel all over the world. But one of the first things that we realize is that we can't escape our problems or who we are as individuals. We imagine that our lives would be better in a different place or a different culture, but the reality is that we take ourselves with us wherever we go. Our problems, our insecurities, and our fears follow us wherever we travel. As Confucius once said, and remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Being indifferent to where you live means recognizing that true happiness comes from within rather than from our physical surroundings. It means focusing on the present moment and finding joy in the simple things in life, no matter where we happen to be. This doesn't necessarily mean that we should not explore the world or seek out new experiences. Rather, it means that we should approach our travels with a sense of detachment and inner peace, knowing that our true home is within ourselves. So perhaps the next time you find yourself daydreaming about a far-off land, remember that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Embrace the teachings of Musashi and Confucius and focus on cultivating inner peace and contentment no matter where you happen to be. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to navigate the ups and downs in life, and you'll find that true happiness and fulfillment are always within your reach no matter where you live or travel.